Hi Leo, this is Lisa from Soul Searcher Tarot. I'm here to do a general reading from May 2019. Right. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. And if you've been here before, I really do appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Alright, I've already meditated on your energy and I'm going to get started. Just a couple more shuffles. If you like the video, if it resonates with you, you can give me a thumbs up, a like, a share, or write me a comment, subscribe. I really would appreciate it. If it doesn't resonate, you know what? That's perfectly okay. I mean, it's a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. But hopefully it will. Alright. Okay, I'll just cut the cards and we'll get started. Okay, Leo, May 2019. Let's see what we got. Okay, well, we start out with the Ace of Cups, and that came up in reverse. Now, the Ace of Cups in reverse is like you're feeling like your emotions have been wasted, your creativity's blocked, you're not feeling as strong emotionally about something that you thought you would. Maybe feeling a little bit empty. But then you had the Eight of Swords, and that came up in reverse. And the Eight of Swords in reverse is kind of, you're feeling yourself, you're accepting yourself, you're accepting something about yourself, and it's like a freedom. You're kind of feeling like, okay, well, you know, maybe I wasn't feeling so good about, you know, whatever this was, whether it was a relationship or maybe, you know, maybe it was a relationship that went sour. But now you're feeling like, okay, I've accepted it. You've accepted yourself. You're not blaming yourself for that. And now you're feeling like a freedom that came along with it. All right, and then your Ten of Wands. Your Ten of Wands came up in reverse also. So the Ten of Wands in reverse is almost like you're having, I'm trying to think of how to say this. All right, you're having a lack of prioritizing. You're having a hard way to look at something and say, okay, well, I got to do this, this, and this, like A, B, and C. Now you're kind of like, I don't know what's more important. I'm not sure. So that could be your emotions. You know, whether you want to start looking for somebody else or whether you just rather be single, or it could actually be a whole other situation entirely. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. Because then your Seven of Wands came up, and this is, you know, perseverance, and you're trying to maintain control of whatever the situation is. So, okay, you got your lack of prioritizing, but then you're maintaining control. You're like, you know, it is what it is, and let's see what happens. All right. Now the Sun, though, came up in reverse, and when the Sun's in reverse, it's more like a little sadness, and you're feeling maybe a little bit depressed. So possibly it is feeling like a relationship type situation. Now, if you're in a relationship that didn't go well, this would make sense. You felt like it was a waste of time, but then you were like, all right, I feel better about it. I feel better about me, so I don't care. But you were just not really sure what you wanted to do. If you wanted to get into another relationship, if you wanted to, be single for a while. But either way, you were going to be strong about it. You were just going to persevere and be like, I'll be fine. But with the Sun coming up on the, upside down, maybe just you didn't feel as good about it after a while. Yeah, I mean, now if you're in a happy relationship, but this has nothing to do with that. but yeah, if this was like a relationship that went sour, or could it possibly be? I don't feel a job. It doesn't feel like a job. Could be a friendship. Let's see. Now you have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands came up in reverse too. And that's like having obstacles or delays in your path. So something that you're trying to do, and you're feeling blocked by something. Something's not letting you go through. Huh. Well, it could be feelings. I'll keep going. All right, and then you had your Queen of Pentacles. Now the Queen of Pentacles all right, she's very grounded. She's like all about, love and luxury, being generous. So, somewhere along the line, this could be, your energy. I could say that probably about every card. This could be you or somebody else, but you'll know if it's you, that you're just feeling grounded and you're like, whatever this is not what I am, so you're not worried about it. Or this is somebody in your environment that's maybe going to help you out with something. Again, maybe it's a job, maybe it's just getting you out of your funk to turn your sun upside down, turn your sun back up. Because then we have the Knight of Cups. And he is almost like, I want to say, like, he's like the heart over heads knight. He's all about love and romance and, being very open-hearted. And, he's a messenger of romance that could be coming out to you. So, that's all right. So, yeah, if you had a bad relationship, but then you were feeling free about it, then you just didn't know what you were going to do, but you were going to be resilient and fight against it. Maybe you were a little sad and lonely and, upset about whatever happened. This energy, I feel like, she was either getting you, getting you back out there, making you feel better that you could find a new romance. But then your Wheel of Fortune came up in the reverse. And that's like a change of fortune when it's this way, but right now it's in a reverse, and it's like you don't have any control or something, or you're clinging to control. You're not feeling in control of the situation. So maybe this wasn't what you were looking for. You didn't want to get into another relationship, and maybe she just felt like you shouldn't get into another relationship. And that's if this is even about a relationship. I don't even know. It's kind of just, that's what it's feeling like. But that doesn't necessarily have to mean that it is. All right, and then you got the Page of Swords. And he is a bunch of unformed ideas. He's like, you have new ideas, but they're unformed. So whatever you're going to do, because you're trying to maintain control, so you have these new ideas that they're all unformed and you're not able to, like settle them down, but they're there. So it's just a matter of if you can get them up. And then you have your Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups came up with, it's in the reverse. So you're dissatisfied. You're not happy about something. All right, so Nine of Cups is very not happy or not satisfied. Maybe that's just because your ideas aren't forming and because you're still trying to cling to control. But then we got the Two of Cups, and that's new unity. So this is something else coming into your life. Now, it just might be as far as friendship. It could be platonic, it could be romantic. But there's a new friendship or a new unity coming up, and I'm going to clarify a couple of these, but I think pretty much that was this. Well, hold on, because like I said, I don't feel anything else but like a relationship. I don't feel work. I really don't feel work, but it just feels very relationship-y. Can you tell me about this Nine of Cups? Oh, excuse me. Nine of Cups in reverse, Spirit. Can you tell me about the Nine of Cups in reverse? Ooh, hello. All right, well, you got the Ace of Staves, which is kind of like the Ace of Wands. And this is, you're feeling like an inspiration. You're feeling a desire to get, to get a creation out or get a relationship going, or yeah. So you got a creation, a desire, inspiration to do something, and that comes out after you weren't satisfied about it. So you felt the creation, and then Two of Cups came. So that makes sense. Let's see, what else can I... Well, I mean, I don't really think I have to... Let me just get you some advice. Can you let me know about any kind of advice that you can give me for Leo for May of 2019? Spirit, can you give me any advice for Leo in May 2019? Oops. Here they go. Advice for Leo, May 2019. Alright, this is the Five of Coins come up in reverse. Alright, that's recovery. So, alright, so I'm taking it if you had the Two of Cups, and so now you're going into a mode of recovery, as in you're feeling better about what's going on, you're feeling better about yourself. So maybe you just did start going, maybe you went back on the dating scene, or you went back to a friend and decided to start hanging out again. Whatever was going on, you were pretty much recovering over whatever went on. So I'm thinking, let's see, anything else? Anything else for Leo 2019 May? Can you tell me anything else for Leo? Okay, well, you had the King of Swords, and this is a very strong, firm but fair type of energy. I mean, he'll use his emotions sometimes, but he'll use his analytical mind sometimes. And again, it's not gender specific, but it's just like a male or female energy, or masculine and feminine energy. So this could be you. Actually, this could be your energy after you go through and have this feeling of recovery, then maybe you're becoming the strong, emotional, and analytical person. So you're trying to just make sure you're not like all emotions or all in your mind, like you're using both. So that's how so there was something happened, you felt like you wasted your time, but then you were free from it, and you were self-accepting. Then you were having a hard time. Oh my God, I keep losing my thoughts. A hard time prioritizing and figuring out what you wanted to do. And then you had this, you were being... I'm sorry. And you were being very defensive about it and maintaining control. But then you were not real happy for a while, all right? And then you had your Three of Wands in the reverse, and that was like having obstacles and delays. So you didn't know why you weren't happy, but you weren't, because you thought you didn't want to have a relationship, but you did, all right? And I think you had somebody in your environment, and they were trying to help you out through that. And then you had this message of romance and love and possibly, a romantic relationship, but then you felt like you were like running out of control. Maybe you didn't want it. So you had all these ideas come in, but they weren't formed. So you couldn't figure out what you were actually going to do. So you were feeling unhappy about it, a little dissatisfied. But then maybe after a little bit of time, you decided, okay, you know what? Why not? Let's try this. Maybe you started dating again, or maybe you started hanging out with a friend again. You started doing something to make the unity possible. And you got over it. You were recovering. And then it works out okay. All right. So if this resonated with you, if you can give me a thumbs up, a share, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you if you want to leave me a comment. And let me know if it was you. And hopefully you'll have a wonderful May. And I will see you again mid-month or next month, okay? Thank you. Take care.